Grand elevator.
It's the 5th. Why are people launching fireworks?
Because they need to get all of their freaking stock away. They have to use up all their stock, otherwise the cops will arrest them if they find it.
Fucking rednecks. Alright.
Unsanctioned operation of Grand Elevator were punishable by excommunication. Exemption request registered.
The action figure of Ultraman Omega looks really cool. Zero, I have bad news.
What?
There have been rumors floating around, apparently, that Zets is going to be, Commander Zets will be very, King Oger style. If you know what I mean.
Oh, so it's gonna all take place in the George Lucas Green Room.
Yes. It's meaning a lot like Zets will take place entirely in the
George Lucas Green Room.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna say, you would think that they would, you know, use the budget that they've gained from all the profits from the toys, you know?
No. No. They're playing it safe.
Yeah, shit.
They went, oh, this is the first major one of our international push. We need to play it as safe as humanly possible, while also doing a weird ass fucking a weird ass experimental design. I don't know what they're thinking. None of it makes logical sense.
I'm thinking, like, the reason why they're gonna try to expand... If they're expanding it to the United States, that means that they're probably gonna try... Thing is, though, them expanding it to the United States means they're probably gonna try, They'd have to appeal to the older audience for... in the States, right? Because it's not like it's gonna be shown to kids if it's gonna be done the same way as... Ultraman is... Ultraman stuff is being played on YouTube.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of kid shows have just kind of moved to YouTube. Do you have any idea how popular the YouTube Kids app is? How most kids are like fucking raised on YouTube now? Yeah, it's scary shit in it.
I'm old.
Were you saying, Linglo?
I was saying, I wonder if that's one of the reasons behind Bandolier. Is it maybe where they judge that to be more Americanized?
Perhaps.
Like maybe they think Americans think bandoliers are cooler than belts.
Don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's a Asian thing, very K-pop. Like,
they're trying to make it
Chinatown here, and everywhere there's guys wearing those.
It does just kind of seem like Zets is trying to be as internationally appealing as humanly possible in every possible country. If that makes any sense.
But I did get the impression they weren't really using all that money just by the design of the costume. Because it didn't seem like they were using a lot of money on the costume design.
Yeah. I mean, it's very textured, but I don't know.
They're not like any armor panels or anything.
Yeah, but it's got like texture to it. I mean, it's not like it's definitely not spandex or anything. It's I'm not sure what it is.
It's not cheap. It's just, but they're not. They didn't put it doesn't feel like they really poured a lot of design elements into it either. It's more simplified compared to something like Gav.
It's the design also is harkening back to the original common, very long list of ways. It's very similar. He looks very similar to the original.
So it's a bit of nostalgia bait.
Kind of seems like it. He literally looks like the original, but very buff and with a bandolier. If that makes sense.
So it sounds like there's a lot of veteran Kamen Rider fans that might really like that.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it's kind of been met with they're really homaging again because they've done this several times in the past several years.
Most recent of it being freaking the bigger homages being a character design from a short and everything that happened with freaking Revice.
Also 01.
Yeah. 01, 01, 01, 01, 01, 01, 01, 01, 01. I don't think it's right. No. The lies, I demand no lies. You leave like you. You got sunrise, burning like the fire. You leave like you. You don't know why. You're the only one. 101010101. Interesting. Yay, sweet. More grav gun ammo. I need more of that.
I feel like that's kind of like when in Doom I find like a lot of rocket launcher ammo and then I get nervous. Because then I'm like, what are you gonna throw at me that I'm gonna need this?
Once I grab this, all the shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yep. Already hitting the fan.
Yeah, opinions are extremely mixed on Zets from what I'm seeing.
Of course, that could be subject to change once people actually start watching it.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, the initial opinions on Gav were really mixed too, weren't they?
Oh yeah,
The whole
definitely.
Candy angle. And people
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
really respond too well to that at first glance.
Yeah. But then the show came out, and everybody kind of unanimously agrees Gav is pretty fucking great.
So initial impressions before people have even seen the show aren't worth much.
Yeah, usually. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Zets, but I don't know.
That's all we need to do is see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
If the main actor is likable enough, that could save it from any iffy design decisions.
Potentially. He just needs to not have his voice constantly like Holtaro from Gotchard.
They just have to not be giving us sensory overload like Gojuger.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. No. Number 1 battle. Ugh.
Yeah, about to say, that's pretty much one of the big reasons why we very much just... Even though they say, like, oh, the show has gotten much better since, we all saw it last. I'm like, yeah, but the sensory overload is still a problem.
Yeah, well...
It's just madness.
It is. Apparently the sensory overload stops. Like, they do stop doing it. But it happens so late that it barely matters.
Yeah, you have to suffer through so much to get to that point. Is it even worth it?
It literally takes like 10 or 15 episodes for it to go away. From what I have heard.
For them to just calm the fuck down.
Yeah. It sounds like when the moment the character Ring Hunter Gauri appears, who's one of the villains. The moment he gets introduced into the show apparently became a million times better. But I don't know for sure. I haven't watched it up to that point yet. I don't think I ever will. Because the early episodes are just too much.
A show should not take 10 or 15 episodes before it locks in and gets a grip.
Yeah. I agree. It also sounds like Gojuju's not even really doing all that great anyway, so it's like whatever.
People just aren't getting into it.
It does honestly seem like Gojuju's not making a ton of money now.
I think you mentioned that like early on it was doing fairly well, but I guess that dropped off.
Seems like it.
The initial surge was good, it just couldn't carry the momentum.
Seems like it. It seems like Garyudo like is pretty popular, like that villain. But outside of him, I'm not seeing a lot of hyper excitement as of late.
Zero, I'm almost certain you were gonna have to fight a Lord of Change or the Sorcerer here. That giant room is giving you way too many health pickups for that to be anything other than a boss battle area eventually.
Yeah, because it's the grand elevator.
So once you get all 3 of those keys, you're probably gonna have to fight a boss in here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The problem is, though, I can't find any more freaking keys. What also doesn't help is that I fell off the elevator already once.
Oh. Also, the toy line for Gojuju has just been too much as well. From what I've seen, they're literally making you buy all the same goddamn all the same goddamn rings 3 times. There's 3 different fucking variants.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so there's the regular Sentai rings. There's the I think what are they called? The armed Sentai rings, I think they're called, which are like you know, the upgrade, which have like pictures of like all the different like upgrade forms of past Red Rangers and stuff, like power up forms and things.
Mm.
And then there's the Polar Sentai rings, which are used by Goju Polar, the 6th Ranger, which are literally just the fucking same things, but they're blue now. Buy them all again, but they're blue.
Blue.
And I was just like, what the fuck you doing there, Bandai? What the fuck you doing?
They blue now. They blue now.
They blue now. They've overloaded it. They have absolutely overloaded it with crap.
Yeah, very much a scenario of them trying to ride on the fact that it's an anniversary show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they rode way too hard on that, rather than have the show stand on its own merits.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Which was an impression I got about it right from the start.
Yeah.
It always felt like it was entirely riding on 50th anniversary of Sentai, rather than actually standing on its own and being its own thing.
You know, I don't think they were confident that it could stand on its own, frankly.
As it turns out, I guess it kind of can't.
I mean, it's doing fine. It's just not, like, didn't, like... It's not doing terribly, it's just not, like, it didn't, like, it didn't keep the initial hype going. Meanwhile, I mean, it's whatever. Kamen Rider and Ultraman have both been dancing circles around Sentai for, like, almost a decade now.
Seems like it.
It's whatever. It's whatever. It's...
Although part of it could be because it seems like Ultraman and especially Kamen Rider are a lot easier on the budget than Sentai is.
Yeah... I guess usually.
Because Kamen Rider usually only has one main hero, maybe one or two supporting Kamen Riders along with him, while Sentai almost always has a team of at least 5, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
And then enough monsters for them to all fight every week.
And then Sentai always has a giant robot that they have to use, with several different variants of it
Yeah.
as the show goes on.
Yeah. Sentai was legit getting to the point where they were starting to use for the robots leader forms in more recent shows. Like they weren't even like they weren't even trying to make suits for some of those forms anymore.
Just CGI it.
yeah, either CGI it, or in the case of Gojuger, just give them that character's freaking weapon.
It's just I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we saw everything that we needed to see for Gojuger, so we're more than happy to just abandon that concept.
I don't know. Also, I just want to kind of bring up the fact that, you know, they kind of did it better with Gokaiger, which was the 30th. It was the 35th anniversary show. And that show did a lot of the things that Go Zhuger is doing, but did it way better. And is actually genuinely an amazing show. It is still, like, super duper beloved to this very day. And is, like, I think actually legit still to this day, the single most popular Sentai show of all time.
Wow.
Because that show was like, we're celebrating 35 we're having these fucking 5 pirate weirdos celebrate 35 years of Sentai. We're gonna absolutely own it, and they did, and it was amazing. And everybody fucking loves it, and it did super well. And it feels like after Go Kaiger, it just started slowly declining in popularity and in how much money it made. So now we're at the point we're at now, where it kind of plateaued, and it's been stagnant.
That's the way it seems.
It's been stagnant for like nearly a decade now. It's been stagnant since at least Q Ranger, which was like 2017. It's like 8 years stagnant. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I feel like ever since Zen Kaiger, which was the 45th anniversary show, I feel like, yeah, for the past 5 years, Sentai has just been kind of constantly trying to reinvent itself and falling flat on its face every goddamn time. Which is kind of why I was kind of glad Boon Boonger felt very like back to basics and like it was just a normal ass Sentai. Because I was like, finally, they're gonna like just do normal shit because they're done trying to reinvent the wheel when they didn't really need to. But then Go Zhuger comes around and they're like, nope, we're reinventing the wheel again.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I thought you guys had learned your lesson, but I guess not. And they're basically doing Go Kaiger but worse. So it's like, okay, sure, I guess.
Oh, I have the perfect reaction image for that.
Let me sit up here, cause I'm gonna, and no lessons were learned. Yup. That's kind of a thing with Toei, though, in general. Both of their live-action productions and their animated productions, is they never learn. It feels like. They always, if they learn anything, they always wrong lesson. And I don't know how they do it so consistently. Every single damn time, they learn if they learn anything, they learn the wrong lesson. It's infuriating. And I have to wonder how stupid the people in charge at Toei are to keep doing that so consistently, over and over and over and over. It's annoying.
Bandai doesn't seem to have that problem.
Bandai seems frustrated with Toei doing that, with Toei acting that way. Like, genuinely. From everything I have heard, from rumors to things that insiders have said, Bandai seems genuinely frustrated that Toei keeps learning the wrong lesson. And treatment about learning the wrong lessons, too.
I don't think you're hurting it. You'd have to open the bars. And Bandai are the ones behind Kamen Rider and Ultraman, aren't they?
So Toei owns the IPs for Sentai and Kamen Rider. Bandai just Bandai is mainly there to help with design work and manufacture the toys.
How is it that Kamen Rider consistently does so much better and seems to creatively learn lessons that Sentai just never does? Oh shit.
So Toei doesn't 100% own Kamen Rider. They co-own Kamen Rider with another company called Ishimori Productions.
Ah.
So Ishimori Productions is the company that actually created Kamen. But Toei ended up owning the actual intellectual property. Well, it's more like the intellectual property is weird because it's technically split between them in a very bizarre way. I'm not really entirely sure how it works, but they literally have to agree in order to do anything with Kamen Rider, basically.
Meanwhile, they're free to. Toei is just free to do whatever they want with Sentai.
Oh yeah,
Whatever they want happens to just not know what they're doing.
pretty much. They used to know what they were doing. They used to know what they were doing. Now they don't anymore. Sentai for the past 10 years has felt like a chicken running around with its head cut off. If that makes sense. Like it's this thing that used to be thriving and doing well and knowing what it was, to just outright to running around aimlessly with an identity crisis. You know what? That's the best way to put it. Sentai, the past 10 years, Sentai has had an identity crisis. It doesn't know what it wants to be.
And then you have little bright sparks in the dark like Boom Boomger that almost feel like flukes. Like they got it right by accident rather than trying to.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
We just want to see dudes kick ass in suits and be fucking funny and awesome.
And it
make it
also at the same time sounds a lot like Hasbro getting a hold of Power Rangers didn't help things. It just kind of made them. It kind of made them feel even more aimless.
Also, I am well aware of the irony of saying they're making Ginyu Force poses, because I am also well aware that the Ginyu Force are specifically spoofing Sentai.
Yes, they very much were. They're one of the better ones, frankly. They're one of the better ones.
I've got to head off for now, so see you guys later.
See ya, Tourmaline.
You take care, Tourmaline.
Bye.
I also will be honest, Ultraman is really only where it is because of a bankruptcy that led to a corporate buyout. But yeah. Because Ultraman's weird because it was created by Subaraya Productions. It's owned still by Subaraya Productions technically, but in 2008 Subaraya was bought out by this one company that then decided they didn't want it, and then sold it off to a pachinko company around 2010 or so.
Oh, you mean they sold it off to Konami?
No, they sold it off to Fields.
No, just kidding.
And then Fields fucking changed its name to Subaraya Fields after they bought Subaraya Productions.
Oh boy.
It's like, okay, sure, buddy. Sure. And they still use the Subaraya Productions brand name entirely on Ultraman and nothing else. But the actual company is called Subaraya Fields now. What was Subaraya Productions no longer exists. It's just Fields.
Trying to make sure everything's fully loaded before
Have they been doing
Fields.
a good job on it?
What?
Have they been doing a good job on it?
I'd say it's been fine. I mean, the productions have definitely started out a lot lower budget than what Subaraya did before Fields bought them. But I don't know. And then they also did a weird thing where for a while, they let Bondi have way too much say in what went on.
Oh dear.
So you had a lot of stuff going on that was very clearly very excessive toy shilling. Even more excessive than Rider and Sentai have ever done.
Oh dear.
Ultraman Rube, I think, was the abs that ever got. Let me tell you right now.
They seriously called it Rube?
Yes. Yes, it's called Rube. R/B, pronounced. Because it's about two ultras named Rosso and Blue, who are twin brothers. Okay. Who have elemental powers or whatever, and their transformation sequences. I kid you not. Rube has the longest transformation sequences I have ever seen. They are obscene. They are absurd. They take up like almost, sometimes there are episodes where due to them like switching forms and stuff, there are episodes where the transformation stock footage takes up a quarter of the runtime.
Damn.
It's bad. It's bad. Especially because most of the time, they do their stock footage separately. Their stock was separate. They do they literally, the stock footage literally starts with pulling one out, going, Selecto, Kristaru, putting it in the room gyro, doing the thing, individually. Oh my god. I mean, Rube's not a bad show. It's okay. It's fine. It's flawed, but it's got its moments. But it had just the most excessive toy shilling of any Ultraman show I have ever seen. To the point where it actively hurt the show. It's also very clear. So, the elemental crystals that they use to transform have pictures of past Ultramen on them, but it literally never factors into the plot, and they never explain why. And from what we understand about the show's production, that was not originally meant to be the case. They were originally just meant to be plain elemental crystals, nothing related to past Ultramen on them at all. It was meant to be their own separate thing. But then Bandai came in and was like, you need to put past Ultras on them so they'll sell better. And they just relented and were like, okay, fine, we'll do it. And they did it. And it's bad. And it turned out bad. And it's like... That was a big problem with the early days of modern Ultraman. From like 2011 to around... I would say that lasted until like 2022. Is that they let Bandai just walk all over them and dictate far too much of what happened.
Yes, they did. After that, they went, we're not doing that anymore.
Pretty much. Literally right before Blazar, so with Blazar, they finally put their foot down with Bandai, and we're like, we're doing what we want to do, okay? So shut up, is basically what they did. Finally with Blazar, they did it. And look how Blazar turned out. Look how Blazar turned out. Not that they didn't make good shows before then, I mean, Orb is great. I love Orb, I love Jeed. Rube was fine. I love Taiga. Zet is amazing. And then between Zet and Blue, I love to call the duology of disappointment. Because those two suck. Yeah. So definitely starting with Blazar, things have been a lot better for Ultraman. And it seems like the only reason they were finally able to put their foot down with Bandai was because Zet, Trigger, and Decker all made a fuck ton of money. Like, a lot of money. So Bandai was finally like, okay, you're bringing us in a ton of money. And then, like, during the gap between Blazar and Arc, they signed a new deal with Bandai that actually, like, was more in Tsuburaya's favor. Like, Tsuburaya is now making a lot more in residuals from Bandai than they were before. Which is good. There's also the fact that, I don't know, I mean... Toei also doesn't really let Bandai walk all over. Do intention Bandai in. They let Bandai make all the design so they can be as toyetic as possible. So literally see that design for Kamen Rider Zets that you are seeing. Bandai made that design. So that's how Kamen Rider's been pretty much since Kuga. Is Bandai makes the designs. Goes to Toei Ishimori Production. And it's like, hey, you guys told us to make the design. Here's the design. This is what we think will work best for us. What do you think? And then they approve it. And then that's what they do. That's how Sentai has worked for a really long time too. That's how Ultraman has worked since the buyout. Since Fields bought it. They let Bandai make all the designs.
Seems like a winning formula.
Pretty much. But it did get to a point where they were afraid to tell Bandai no. Up until like before Blazar, they were very afraid to tell Bandai no. When, like, before they were bought up by Fields, Tsuburaya would tell Bandai no all the goddamn time. It was only after the Fields. It was only after, you know, it was basically it was Fields. It was like, hey, you need to do what Bandai says. We're scared of them. And then finally with Blazar, during Blazar's production, they finally put their foot down. And I'm glad they did. It's been better since then. Arc was fine. I just think Arc was a little more boring than Blazar was.
Although Arc made up for with that finale.
It really did. It really did. Though I think other shows like Tiga and also Taiga were a lot more interesting than Arc. But Tiga's like from the 90s, so I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, this
Wow,
area is a bit frustrating. You know what's frustrating? Having a bunch of Nurglings crawling all over your shit.
My throat is all fucked after all that frickin' ranting. God damn. Why did I do that? God, how long did I do that? Like an hour? Jesus. Oh God. Where did that come from? Guess I really did need to fucking let a bunch of shit out after a difficult day. Damn. I apologize for that. That went, and I got very loud.
That's fine.
Never mind.
I know a lot. I know there's a lot of people out there, but I want Sentai to be what it used to be. Even though a lot of people are gonna, I know a lot of people in general, like Tokusatsu, English speaking Tokusatsu fan base will. But I do find myself revisiting older Sentai a lot these days. Heck, I've hardly even watched Sentai this year. Really mainly been watching Rider.
Need help, please.
I need to finish Gavon.
Ah, damn it! Of course, there was a fucking chosen champion.
Oh boy. Stop with the damn fireworks, people! Whoa, it's fireworks! Well, there's fireworks going off.
Can I please have a freaking gun with a wider freaking cone of fire, please?
New Fist of the North Star anime? Oh, it's CGI. Never mind.
Oh no. Is it made by the same? Is it made by the same dudes who did that freaking Berserk anime?
The Berserk. You're talking about 2016 Berserk, or?
Yes.
The style looks very similar, so I don't know for sure.
Oh no. That's not.
Yeah.
That's not encouraging.
It is not. This year is depressing. I think I'm actually just depressed.
Here's something that may make you feel better. In the watch party group.
That is nice, but it needs to be.
Yeah,
I'm not very into it. Yeah.
There needs to be less there.
I know what I need to do. I need to watch some Sherlock Holmes. That'll make me feel better.
Do it.
After this ends, I will.
Made it.
I feel like we're living in an era where so much is just stagnant.
Not all.
Dang it.
We're seeing good stuff. It's just a lot of other stuff is stagnant.
I feel like Transformers was starting to get kind of stagnant there for a bit.
Yeah, I just watched the trailer for the new Fist of the North Star, and it doesn't look good.
I told you. I told you. I told you.
It doesn't look good.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
And as someone who likes watching the original anime, just the voice work they got for it just doesn't sound good either. Like Kenshiro's VA in this new show doesn't sound as deep.
Also, the original voice actors, like, genuine fucking iconic.
Yeah. Like when he muscled out and his shirt ripped off, I was expecting that. And he didn't do it. They couldn't get a VA that could match the original's inflections.
Apparently not. Maybe they did it on purpose. Who knows?
That bugs me more than the downgraded art style, honestly.
Yeah, I can see that.
I was finally able to beat the Great Unclean One. I just need to get out of here.
I hope Transformers Cyber World does well. It just kind of genuinely feels like a good, like, bit of freshness, I guess. But even then, something about it at the same time, like, it feels fresh and new compared to what we've had for like a decade or so, but at the same time, something about it also feels off. I'm not sure what it is. Like something about it feel. You know what it might be? I think something about it to me feels like. What's the word? I can't think of the word. I'm totally blanking on it.
Let's see here.
Rain
These
keeps
gun
one trying to
batteries.
replace.
Sorry.
It's okay.
What?
My brain keeps trying to want to replace it with like sleazy, skeevy, but it's not at all what I. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Why am I blanking on? I said it like not too long ago, I thought.
No idea. I'm just now entering Big Guns Never Tire. I do have the odd feeling, though, that if I do continue this, it's going to take a while, and I'm going to be hitting my limit soon.
That's fair.
Might be good to call it here.
Mm.
Yeah, let's... I'm going to go ahead and...
Does anyone else feel like a lot of things are starting to feel, a lot of things that didn't feel like empty and soulless to you before are just starting to feel really empty and soulless? I'm starting to feel that just this year.
I've been feeling that for a while.
Let's see here.
Like
Didn't
Star
mean to
Wars
do
has been
that.
feeling that way for a long time.
Yeah.
Mean to do that.
I mean, yeah, Star Wars has felt like that for a long time. I mean, like with literally everything. I just feel like I can't be as excited for anything as I used
Yep.
this year.
Hopefully that... Yeah, we'll see. I'm about to say, there is... As far as we're aware, at least there is some good stuff that... At least we have Ultraman. We'll see how...
Yeah.
We'll just see how it all turns out. Let me...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have about 30... I still have about 30 minutes left. I don't want to end it early, but I also don't want to continue with Bolt... And also don't want to continue with Boltgun anymore, so... Give me a quick second while I change... Give me a quick second while I change to something else real quick.
Okay.